So, good evening for the first time here at the Skip Barber Challenge Trophy. Season 2 is getting underway. It's a very special cup we have here for you. First time, me alone doing commentary in English. I'm Sebastian Hollmichael, as my fellow commentators would say the name. And we are already underway in practice. Just a couple of minutes left, then we are going into the 3-lap lone qualifying. Of course, the car is the Skip Barber. Of course, the track is Virginia. It's the North variant. Will be close racing. And besides close racing, it will also be very difficult to overtake here. Basically, T1 is an opportunity, maybe T4. You can see the grid is already packed. Well, I hope the sound is okay for you folks out there. If not, please tell me. But I think everything is looking quite fine right now. As I said, just a couple of minutes left, then we go into the qualifying. And we have a long season for you. We're driving here the official schedule. That means every track which we will driving here is from the iRacing official schedule. So you can train in the officials and then come here to race at a challenge against the best of the best. Also, the Germans came over from the Monday night Skippy Cup, so there's some interchanged competition. We're starting at Virginia, but you can see we have Sebring, we have the Circuit of the Americas, Lime Rock Park, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, road course of course, but I would go oval with the Skippies, I must say. Silverstone Circuit, of course Spa-Francorchamps, Interlagos, Laguna Seca, Road Atlanta, Sonoma and Donington Park. These are the tracks for this season. So the Skip Barber Challenge Trophy is getting underway soon. We already can see the gains in the slipstream here. How is it looking? We are watching at the top of the screen. You can see the laps which are being put in, the best laps of every driver. So the 34s are already, of course, coming in. Some driver without a lap, but it will come. 35.585 at the top right now. So will be very interesting. We have a pretty intense schedule tonight. 2 races. First race with the qualifying grid, and second race with a reverse top 15, ladies and gentlemen. The top 15 will be in reverse for the second race. So that will be, I hope it will be accident-free, but we will see. Here in the Skip Barber Challenge Trophy, Season 2. So we have over 20 drivers now getting their laps in the practice session. And I hope we will know in the end how long it will take. I heard there are some issues with the server. So let's see if this all goes like the plan is. But here it looks already very difficult. Paul Smithhurst in P1 at the moment. He has taken the fastest lap from Enzo Canta. Yeah, and it will come down to 1 or 2 tenths, of course. Will be pretty tight. 3 minutes left. I see there's a little bit issue with the logo. I try to fix this by hand now. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think this is better. So you should see the timer now. Yeah, now it works perfectly. Sweet! I love when shortly packed plan comes together. But that's how it is sometimes. So I'm very happy to be here. After doing the German Skippy Cup on Mondays, I got invited by Chris Wayne, who organized this league this season all by himself, to present the Skip Barber Challenge Trophy to you out there and stream it for everyone to see, and also, of course, for the drivers later on after the race to take a look what happened all over the track. So, and of course, here's also greetings to AJ Campbell and of course also Klaus Biedermann, who joined here tonight for Ahrtal Motorsport. There he is. And also Gordon Vonenbergen is here tonight. So let's see what the Germans can do. Of course, Klaus is driving from Iberia region. So let's see. Alan Matt, we have here. So there are some names you will meet in the officials in the top splits, like Nick Vaughan Roberts, but he's not here at the moment. He's in the pits. Or Rody van der Maiden, but he's also, it seems, there he is. Nice, beautiful livery. Already on its way again to the start-finish line with 1 minute to go to get another training lap in. Or maybe relax the wrists to get back into the mood. Dario Frattini is also here. I heard he won $1,000 in iRacing this season. Maybe I ask him how he did that later in the interview. But let's see how he will perform here tonight. Right now in P11. Oh, and of course... Huh? Oh, he's still connecting, it seems. Many people still connecting, it seems. Weird. And here, of course, Neil Gardner, also a name you will stumble upon in the officials. So, thank you for the follows from Enzo Janso and Laban the last hours coming up to this race. And we have just a couple of seconds left. And then we are going into the qualifying session right now. Looking good so far. The marshals are ready. And we are green for the qualifying session here tonight. Let's see who's coming out of the pits. There is Enzo Cantor. So, of course, we have just 3 laps. We have so many drivers on the tracks. Adam Miles is also joining, I see. And yeah, it's pretty packed. Will be a good thing here tonight with much racing, hopefully incident-free. And we see that Enzo Cantor is already preparing his tires here, warming them well good up. I think a George Foreman grill can't do that better than Enzo Cantor here on the track. Maybe you can make some waffles later with the tires. But it's very important. The Skippy is a totally different beast. You need to warm up your tires pretty good to get good lap times in. Of course, we have 3 laps here tonight. So a little bit more than in the officials. But still tricky to get into the groove for a very fast lap to get yourself onto pole position. And as we have seen, Enzo Cantor is one of the fastest guys here on the track tonight, according to the practice session at least. Let's see where he will end up. And let's watch his first qualifying lap, of course, on board. Not taking all the room on the outside. But he got a very, very precise turn in. Let's see what he does here. Dropping the gear, cutting the curb, going wide there, which is good to maximize the speeds. Also here cutting the curbs quite aggressively, but that's okay. With the grip hack that iRacing got out to every driver of the Skippy this season. So the Skippy got, yeah, much more grip this season. Up the hill, very tricky corner. Also because the road is, yeah, falling to the left here. And here it's the throttle to keep the car balanced. And now he's fully at it again. To get a good turn for the last corners. And now, in my opinion, the most tricky corner, because it's so important to get that right. Yeah. And full on the throttle, powering through the last corners to go to the start-finish line. And let's see where he ends up. The current lap is a 134-ish, 5-ish, 5-1. 135, 160 it is. Let's see what the competition is putting in. Right now, he's the fastest man on track. Nathan Wade in P3. Let's see how he does it. Of course, now with warmer tires. But I'd say it's tricky. Or also in the second lap. These combination or the last corner can catch you out, and then it's all gone. Yeah, some of the best drivers in the Skippy are here tonight. And that shows in the times on the table. Dario Frattini in P2 at the moment. Neil Gardner in P3. And on board with Nathan Wade in P4 at the moment. But maybe he can get some places back. 125. at the start of the start-finish straight. And where does he end up? It's a long way to the line. Now down in P6 and back up. No, that wasn't enough here. He's now in P6. So Dario Frattini is taking the lead. And it's already the last lap of the qualifying. We are already in lap 3. Neil Gardner is still in lap 2, so there's something coming maybe. And Ryan Jackson also. And Patrick Otoricki is also on lap 2. Neil Gardner now in P3 behind Enzo Cantor, and this man here, Dario Frattini, in P1. But Dario, yeah, he's slowing down, not taking this lap here. So what is this man doing? He's short by 2.5 tenths. This will be a slightly better lap than the last one. If he gets it together now. Yeah, 0.2. So he's in contention for the pole. But can he get it done? Manuel Lucetta now in P1. Crazy. 134. And the number of the Lord, 777. In P1, what is Enzo Cantor doing? 134.959, 942, sorry. It is better than the last lap, but still P3, because Lucetta is now in P1, and he has done it at the moment, but Adam Miles is on his second lap. Astonishing. Paul Smithers now in P4. My oh my, it's so close, all packed together. Lucetta on pole at the moment. And Adam Miles is 0.5 faster than his average. Now down to P7, of course. Neil Gardner in P2. About a tenth slower than Lucetta. Fastest German driver, Gordon Vandenbergen in P10. And Adam Miles now. Into the last sector. Sector of hope and losses. Can he beat Lucetta's time of a 1:34.620? Or can he at least get a front row start? Oh, there's Barney. There's the flag. 1:34.739, but he's still got one lap left. Adam Miles now in the front row in P2. It's 1/10. 1/10 is he missing for the pole. And he's the only man still driving besides Mark Redford. There is, but this lap won't count. In P26 right now, so back to Adam Miles. 1 minute to go, he can make this lap, of course, happen. He's now in his third lap. And you got 3 laps here in the lone qualifying. And we know Adam Miles also from the German Monday Night Skippies. He got a front row already. Maybe he's also happy with that. But if you can get a pole and he's again faster than his average. Hopefully with this big grid I can catch all the action. And there he comes. The race to the line from Adam Miles. Is it the pole position or is it P2? There's nothing else on the table. 5 seconds to go in this session. He's through, but is he faster? No, he isn't. He's faster, but not fast enough for the pole position. Crazy, crazy end to this qualifying session. So let's go to the gridding. Lucetta on pole. Adam Miles in P2, Neil Gardner in P3, Dario Frattini in P4, Enzo Canta in P5, Paul Smithhurst in P6, Ryan Jackson in P7, Nick Vaughan Roberts in P8. P9 goes to Geoff Randall, Juan Rodriguez in P10, Gordon van den Bergen in P11, Patrick Otericki in P12, Tobias Bollmark in P13, AJ Campbell in P14, Nathan Wade in P15, Klaus Biedermann in P16, P17 Stefan Krumpholz, Chris Wayne in P18, Rody van der Meijden in P19, P20 goes to Kevin Butkin, Dave Devine in P21, Alan Matt in 22, Guido Grosch in 23, Dave M. Dawson in 24th. Anders Nielsen and Mark Redford with no time at the end in P25 and P26. So that's it. That's our gridding here. Let's see where the cars are. There they are. And we're ready for the race, I would say. Are you ready for the race? I am, of course. Oops. Maybe I shouldn't say use the mixed cam. And here are the engines roaring. And there's Lucetta in the front. And here they go, already slotting in there. Adam Miles and Neil Gardner. And Adam Miles a little bit in the lead, but not really. Many position changes here in the back, but look at that field. What a sight to behold. What an eye-opener. Only Skippy Racing is real racing, ladies and gentlemen. And children of all ages, of course. Oh, I heard a crash. Hopefully everyone is okay. And here's Adam Miles now in the lead, in front of Lucetta. But will that be the way at the end of the straight? I think there will be an attack by Lucetta now. Right at the start-finish line, they're side by side. And Lucetta on the outside. Adam Miles slotting in behind. What's going on here in the back? Battles, battles, and battles. Let's get back to the chopper. Oh no! That's Geoff Randall having a moment there. Hopefully no damage and he can continue his ride. If he can get back to P15, would be good for him. So he would start the second race on pole. So recovery drive for Geoff Randall. And also Rodriguez with some problems here. Uh-oh. That shouldn't happen, sorry. Yeah. Very, very unfortunate, but still underway. Kevin Butkin and AJ Campbell battling it out here side by side. There's already a slow car once more. So the gaps are clearly to be seen. At least there are some. Adam Miles now back in the lead. And behind that, Dario Frattini now in P3 in front of Neil Gardner. Nick Vaughan Roberts in P5. Ryan Jackson behind him in P6. Then Tobias Bollmark, but not anymore because Patrick Otoricki is now in P7. Very close battle there at the end of the top 10. And there's Klaus Biedermann, followed by Vondenbergen. This is lap 3 of 19. So there's so much more to go. And what is happening here? Having a moment there, and there's another battle group there in the back. You can see them clearly, how they struggle for position. So, Patrick Otoricki now in P7. But how long can he fight off against Tobias Bollmark? There they are already side by side. And also Nathan Wade now in the mix, of course. Going side by side with Klaus Biedermann. So there's action everywhere here on track. Also here in the back. And it's this man here, Enzo Canter. Canter with the mistake, but now back into P15. So P15 would be the pole position of race number 2 here tonight. And that would be, a big stepping stone for a potential victory. But let's take a look to the front, because things are getting spicy here. Let's get on board with Neil Gardner in P4. It's getting close here. Super close, to say the least. Let's get to the chopper to watch how this will be unfolding in the next couple of corners. Adam Miles now back into the lead. Yeah, and he can manage some separation here. But will that be enough to prevent another overtake? We will see. What's going on here? Nathan Wade in P9, followed by Vondenbergen. So this battle group here from P6. And those two are fighting here. Nick Vaughan Roberts, Ryan Jackson. Tobias Bollmark still leading this pack here of 4 cars. Down to P10, Gordon Vondenbergen. And then there is Stefan Krumpholz in front of his teammate Klaus Biedermann. Kevin Butken also in the mix. And AJ Campbell throw 3 Atal Motorsport cars close together, to say the least. And in the front, we have this battle again already. Lap 6 of 19. Looking very promising for these 4 cars, but there's a problem. Lucetta with a mistake, but he clinches on to the lead and maybe, oh, even pushing Adam Miles onto the curb. But he's definitely not a crybaby. And is powering through these corners. Oh, watch the cones. I don't want to be the guy to set them up again. Hard racing here, too wide through these difficult corners. And I think Tobias Bollmark, yeah, he got a problem. Got into a spin. That's unfortunate. Now back in P21. Back to the front with Lucetta leading the top 4 cars now back onto the main straight into lap 7. Adam Miles again at it, taking the lead once more. But you can't forget that Neil Gardner is so close, and also Dario Frattini. Will be trouble. If something happens in the front, they will be laughing and driving by the burning skippies of Adam Miles or Lucetta. And what do we got here? A tight battle between Rodi van der Meijden and Dave Dawson. So as I said, battles everywhere in the field. Let's hop on board with AJ Campbell. Now Klaus Biedermann behind him. So there was also an issue for him to lose some positions. Yeah, that's as you can see, it's very difficult to nail the last 2 corners perfectly. And yeah, to not be victim of the slipstream of the cars behind. Got pretty close there. Midfield battle is still on. And who's now in P15? It's Chris Wayne. Amazing. Chris Wayne fighting back now. And Enzo Cantor now in P11. But I don't think that Chris Wayne wants to stay in P15. Geoff Randall, after his spin on his recovery drive. Now in P17, going for the attack. Attack against Dave Dawson. Through the inside, up the hill. Worked perfectly like a knife through the butter by Geoff Randall. That's how we know him. Let's take a look at the lead. And looking like a big battle here. Again into T1 this time. Maybe 3 wide. Nope. Tricky, locking up the inside fronts. It's not a Tyrrell, so it's front and not fronts, but yeah, you got what I wanted to say. Ah, these German and these English. So, now we are in lap 9 of 19, so you could say it's halftime, but of course there's no halftime show here. Before they get back onto the main straight, let's take a look on board with Nathan Wade. And Otoriki, of course, close behind. But in front, there's the sights of Nathan Wade. With 180. Round the outside of Gordon Vondenbergen. Can he make the move stick? Yes, he can. Nathan Wade now in P7. I mean, if they work a little together, they maybe can even catch Nick Vaughan Roberts and Ryan Jackson here in P5 and P6, respectively. Let's see if they can make that. Laps are good. 134s down the field. Oh, what is going on here? Nathan Wade under pressure by Vondenbergen. And Otoriki also in the white and blue car. And behind them, Stefan Krumpholz in P10. What a battle here. In the end, 4 P7. But will Gordon Vondenbergen can keep this position? Double too wide. Ah, Nathan Wade got it by the skin of his teeth around the outside of Gordon Vondenbergen. But there will be a counter, I would say. While in the lead, Adam Miles got 7/10 between himself and Lucetta. So this here is at the moment the tightest battle, I would say. But let's take a look. Because Manuel Lucetta is under pressure by the man behind, Dario Frattini. Can he close the gap in the slipstream? Doesn't seem so. So Lucetta stays in P2 behind Adam Miles, but you can see the 7/10 he got. Yeah, are melting like icebergs in the climate crisis. Was just now, lap 12 of 20. It's now showing for me. iRacing, what are you doing to me again? Oh, Patrick Autoricki. He's in the... No, he isn't in the pits. He's, whatever he's doing. Maybe a connection issue. I can't catch him. He's gone, basically. Yeah. Seems to be gone. He appears and reappears. I don't know. Sorry, I can't catch up to that. But I can catch up to this competition here. Nick Vaughan Roberts and Nathan Wade fighting for P6. They are in their own league right now. So here they are. Then there's also Patrick Autoricki in the back. Here they are. So Autoricki, apparently connection problems, and right through the middle. There goes Chris Wayne. Nope. But he got one place at least. And AJ Campbell in P12. Juan Rodriguez in P11. Enzo Cantor in P10. Stefan Krumpholz in P9. And in front of him, Nathan Wade and Gordon Vondenberg. Uh-oh. Mistake by Vondenberg. Cutting the cones. And now losing that track position against Wade. Now back into P7. Nathan Wade. What's going on here? Uh-oh. Was it Rody? Yeah, it was Rody. With a little issue now in P20. And at the front. Let's skip to the front because Adam Miles is under pressure now. By 3 men behind him. They are all good for the win. Looking fine so far for Adam Miles, but how long can he hold on to P1? Is it maybe better to be in P2 for the last lap? We will see. 9 minutes to go. So as we are running apparently with a time budget here, and these people are so fast, iRacing decided it's 20 laps, but this time I won't let iRacing fool me. So close racing here. And here they come again for T1. Opening up the 3 wide. Adam Miles on the inside. A mistake in the middle. Nope. Lucetta keeps it going. And right behind him, Dario Frattini. Neil Gardner is looking for his opportunity here. But still careful. Wise and controlled in the back in P4. So this battle, of course, will heat up, as again is the battle between Nathan Wade and Gordon Vondenberg. In official races, this wouldn't work. But here in this fair cup, it works at 3 wide up the hill. Nope. Stefan Krumpholz is backing out of that. Knowing what can happen here. Getting back in line. Let's take a look again at the front. On board with Neil Gardner in P4. He's closing in again. But it really seems that Neil Gardner doesn't want to be too close to that. While in the front, Lucetta is taking the lead again. Good stuff. And what is going on here? Nathan Wade, of course, against Gordon Vondenbergen. Again, taking P7. And, yeah, it's true. It's damn true. Geoff Randall in P15. Great recovery drive. 5 laps to go. He would start from the pole position for the second race. Let's see if he wants to have it that way. Of course, Lucetta would start from 15. We have 3 different race formats. 4 different race formats in this league. It was Guido Grosch, of course. Guido Grosch doing here in P22, taking a position from Tobias Bollmark. And from Geoff Randall back here to Nick Vaughan Roberts. Well, we have to cut this out because this is happening here right now in T1. It's Lucetta versus Frattini and Adam Miles on the inside behind the tree now. But there he is. What a beautiful look here from the chopper. And they cut down the oak tree, but no, not these trees. Oh, that's pretty close racing here. Aye, as we say in Germany. 4 laps to go. And Neil is now getting racy here. Neil may be wanting his slice of the cake now. The big one. But can he make it happen? Dario now the first time in the lead. And here comes Adam Miles. 3 wide round the outside into T1. But one mistake can be the last. I mean, you can drive now better on the grass, but you wouldn't want to risk that. Oh, this will be a very close finish, of course. And in P5, Nick Vaughan Roberts, while these cars here in the front duking it out over the curbs. They're racing so close. What a 4-pack for the win. 2 minutes to go. there was some smoke from another car. I really hope traffic isn't an issue now for the last couple of laps. Because it's so good racing with the 4 of them. Now Lucetta in the lead. Adam Miles, of course, in contention. Now iRacing is cutting it down again to 19 laps. So this is the final lap of the race. Lucetta in the lead. Adam Miles P2, P3. At the moment for Dario Frattini and Neil Gardner in P4. Who will make it? Is a run possible? That's tough, super tough here. But in the end, if he compromises the line of Adam Miles, nobody can catch Lucetta. So who will it be? Does the move come from Adam Miles? Yes, but is that enough? There's the line. Adam Miles in the lead! Unbelievable! Adam Miles did it! Won the race in front of Lucetta and Dario Frattini and Neil Gardner. Roberts safe in P5 in front of Ryan Jackson in P6. P7? Is that safe? I don't think so. Yes, it is. Nathan Wade in front of Gordon Vondenbergen and Stefan Krumpholz in P9. Juan Rodriguez in P10. Enzo Canter in P11. P12. AJ Campbell, Chris Wayne in P13. Patrick Otoriki in P14 and P15. And pole position for Geoff Randall in the second race. Kevin Butgen in P16. Anders Nielsen in P17. Rody van der Meijden in P18. Klaus Biedermann, P19. Here he comes. And Mark Redford in P20. Alan Matt coming in safe and sound in P21. Guido Grosch in P22. Tobias Bollmark after his incidents in P23. He had a good drive in around P7, so yeah, what a shame. Dave Dawson in P25, 24. Paul Smithers and Dave Devine already flagged. Wow, what a race. I need a little break. See you on the other side. 5 minutes now of warm up or cool down, like you want to have it. So let's take a look. Yeah, session events are crashed. So that's not so good. But I will try to restart the overlay to have session events in the second race. Short break. So, as it seems, the overlay is working correctly again, so I have session events now. Again, so, yeah, it will be possible to look later into incidents, which isn't possible for the first race, because the overlay crashed in that function. Hi, AJ, in the chat. So let's see what we got here. We got a second race, a top 15 reverse grid, and we're on the first race evening, of course, with, yeah, this race here tonight at Virginia, coming back then next week with Sebring. And then we go to the Circuit of the Americas, Lime Rock Park, and you guessed it, it's the official schedule. If you want to be part of this league, you can be. Just join the Discord, join the league, and be part of the trophy. And we are in the second season, so there's still legacy to build in the Skip Barber Challenge Trophy. All organized by Chris Wayne. Good job by him. And I'm very happy he invited me to be your host for the challenge. Skippy Racing, of course, is always a pleasure to watch, to drive. It's the best what iRacing can offer you in open wheel close competition racing. Good evening, Mr. Stefan Krumpholz in the chat. So basically everyone in the pit. Fastest lap by Gordon Vollenbergen right now in the warm-up or cool down. 19 seconds to go. And then we are right away with the top 15 reverse grid race. And after the race, we will find out in the Wheel of Fortune what will be the format of the next race. And of course, we will have some interviews. Yes, I checked out your new designs. We had AJ also on board and saw some differences there with your liveries. So, yeah, there are some very, very nice liveries. Not only by Artal Motorsports. And we are ready for the gridding again. Let's take a little look. Does it work? No, of course it doesn't. Because it's the second race in a session. Oh, or does it work? No, it's wrong. It's the qualifying order. So hopefully no order 66 here. And we have Geoff Randall, of course, in the lead. Because he had a little incident and is now starting in P1 with the reverse top 15. Sorry, reverse top 15. Coming up next, another race on this very, very tricky circuit of Virginia. Gridding is still running, 26 cars in the pack. And here we go again. Geoff Randall still in the lead. Looking good for him. In the back, Krumpholz in P7, now up to P6. Oh, Gordon Vollenbergen with some issues here. Again, collecting his friends around Nathan Wade. Oh, and there are two cars doing some autocross. Yellow flag was out for a short period of time. But what is going on here? 3 wide. Ball mark Frattini, Redford. They now have to slot in. Slot in or die in this section of the track with cold tires on the first lap. Beaumark now in P20. What is up in front? Uh-oh. Here's something going on. Oh, Nathan Wade in the back of Rodriguez, I guess. What a nest. What a nest, and I think there was a little problem for Vandenbergen. Where is he? Jumping down the order now. There is Vandenbergen going into the pits. I don't think that will work, but it does. It does. With some problems, but it does work. Nobody went off track. Nobody got punted hard. What an expertise here in this league. Skip Barber Challenge Trophy is showing good here. Oh, there I said it. Commentator's curse for Ryan Jackson. Ryan Jackson is out. Or is he? Without a nose and a broken rear wing, but he's still going. Maybe getting to the pits. Getting in the sweet fast repair. Then be back on track. But, oh, we have another big thing here. Let's try to check it out. And, of course, this shouldn't happen, but it happens. The overlay is not working as it should. Oh, that's a nasty incident. But they are still both back on track. Uh-oh. Otoriki off the track. Finding a way back into the action. Making a very good rejoin. And Geoff Randall, now Lucetta with the fastest laps. What is going on here again? I feel like a parent going into the room of the children, seeing all the chaos and every unexpected thing. Like a toddler with crayons. What a great racing here. Of course there are minor contacts, of course there are cars spinning. But in the end, it's such good racing. That was a little too close for Paul Smithers. Now back behind Kevin Butkin. Smithers on the attack. On the driver from the Netherlands. Elbows up after 3 laps already. And Putkin with a minor mistake, which may cost him this position. Adam Miles, fastest lap. Ha ha! What a 3 wide here. Enzo Cantan, Nick Von Roberts, and Dario Frattini. That battle getting them all together again. And also Paul Smithers. Smithers getting some taste of the tires from Kevin Butkin again. While in the back, behind them, AJ Campbell and Klaus Biedermann, the teammates, are struggling to keep it going, be in the slipstream and defend from Anders Nielsen. Anders Nielsen behind them, Dave Dawson, Patrick Otoriki to the inside. And, oh, who's going there? Through the cones. back on track. Anders Nielsen. My, oh my. Take a look at the front. Geoff Randall in the lead. And behind them, Adam Miles already in P2. And remember, he won the first race, started in P15, is now back in P2. Followed also by Lucetta and Chris Wayne in P4. Adam Miles, fastest lap, 1:34.700. Looking good here for them, and also for Stefan Kumpholz, best German driver in the pack. And it's Tobias Bollmark with the moment, losing many, many positions. Now down to P17. Uh-oh, I heard something. And there it is. It's Kevin Butgen. It seems cones are broken, Kleinhulder. Yeah. Let's take a look into the replay. Oh, it's Klaus Biedermann turning Kevin Butgen around. Maybe also having some damage himself. So, and here comes Gordon and Mark Redford now in P18. So, and Dario now in P8. Yeah, the cones, I don't know. I saw them flying all over the place in the officials. So I don't know what is happening with the cones there. Because there was, yeah, no hitbox on the cones apparently. And here we have it. The 3 wide for the lead. Fastest lap, Lucetta. Adam Miles in the lead. In front of Lucetta. In front of Geoff Randall. Stefan Kumpholz in the battle with Neil Gardner. Neil Gardner now in P6. Nathan Wade in front. And it looks like, yeah, Kevin Butgen can continue. But he has damage to the rear wing. This will slow him down. But the guy behind Mark Redford has also some damage on the front wing. But nobody wants to pit, of course, at that short race length. Still in the top 10, Enzo Cantor. Cantor followed by Nick Vaughan Roberts. And the most important tree, of course, Kleinhulder is missing. As you said in the chat. The oak tree, but we are not driving there because we are driving the north configuration. But you're right. And here they come. The battle for the top 10. While Lucetta goes from the slipstream to the fastest lap. What a close fight here again. Otoriki on the inside of Campbell. But this time it works. But through these tight corners, everything is possible to get it back and forth with the position. Close, close battle as in the front again. The leaders are fighting. The Skip Barber Challenge Trophy Season 2. What a season opener. Close battles in the midfield and also, of course, in the front. First race, a 4-pack challenge for the win. This time, a 3-way dance. And Adam Miles still in the lead. In front of Lucetta and Geoff Randall. Randall, who started in P1 in this second race because of his incident in race 1. Oh, super close here. But he wants to have a good exit. He wants to be so close to Adam Miles as possible. Taking now all the speed down to the straight. And you can see how the draft is working on the car of Lucetta. Adam Miles going to the outside, giving Lucetta a good run, 41, because he knows if he does that, they maybe can separate themselves a little bit from Geoff Randall. That's why Adam Miles went to the outside to leave Lucetta through. I would assume, at least. And there's a little bit of traffic up ahead. Let's hope it doesn't affect them. And Nathan Wade losing some positions here. Having a little moment. And they're still fighting here in the back. It's again half-time of the race. Of course, half-time means nothing for them. They will fight until the last second of the race, until the last flag is waven, because we have seen like how close it was for the win of Adam Miles, and Adam Miles is back in the lead up here in front. For them, it's working quite great. But here we have some more trouble with Dario Frattini, and behind him his rival Nick Vaughan Roberts, and still in front Enzo Cantor in P8. There he is. Oh, there's a problem. There's a problem. It's Chris Wayne. Chris Wayne now backed, relegated to P10, but still in the race. Crashed nobody with his rejoin. The man who made this season happen, going through the grass, but now back on track, still in the top 10. but now followed by Paul Smithers in P11. Can Chris Wayne hang on there? Uh-oh, and it's Nick Von Roberts locking up the tires, and now we have a 3 wide, potentially, yeah? And Smithers also went through. So Smithers now in P10. Chris Wayne in P9. Nick Von Roberts in P11. And here comes Otto Ricky, followed by Tobias Bollmark. Again in a intense battle. And likely so, these 3 people here. Oh, Klaus Biedermann through the inside. Taking the place from Dosen. You see the roller coaster of this final couple of corners. What a ride it is. And now, of course, the attack is coming in. And Biedermann in his defense keeps the position, at the moment at least. Let's hop back to the front runners. On board with Geoff Rattle. Can he close the gap? But I guess he would also be happy with P3. But as you can see, a win is at the horizon here. And if they touch in front, maybe Geoff Rattle is through and clear and free to win the race. And Adam Miles again back to the lead. I try to find out who it is who is running in front of the leaders, but it doesn't work. So yeah, who gives? We will see if they catch them. And Frattini with his move on Kanta, and so Kanta in front of him. And Dario Frattini in his Ovomaltine livery, chasing down Enzo Kanta through the last couple of corners, and maybe now with the slipstream, let's see what he can do. While Lucetta takes the lead again. They're changing positions in the front, as usual. Here's a run by Frattini on Kanta. And in the front, Nathan Wade, Stefan Krumpholz. And slight contact. But that's enough for Kanta to stay in P7. What do we have here? Patrick Otoricki and Chris Wayne fighting for P11. Smithers is through and gone in P10. Of course, Tobias Bollmark in P13 has now closed the gap. So everyone found his battle buddy here in Virginia on the country roads of the North configuration. What are Nielsen and Campbell doing here? And Frattini, now, this time maybe, in front of Kanta. No. Enzo Kanta again with the counter against Frattini. Oh, slight contact, and there the front wing is damaged. Front wing is damaged from Dario Frattini. That may cost him the position and may cost him the fight. Slight contact with the rear of Kanta and Dario Frattini's front wing. You can see it here. Is not in the place it should be. Coldly pressed on the rear end. And what is going on here? Bollmark and Chris Wayne. Now Bollmark in P12 in front of Chris Wayne. Five laps to go. Or 6 minutes. Let's head back to the leaders. Some slight defending by adjusting the line from Adam Miles here to make sure there's no attack here. Here, oh, here we go. Oh, Nathan Wade pushing here. Dario Frattini out of the way. Remember, Frattini with his broken front wing. He struggles. And Nathan Wade knew that if he pushes through, he can gain a separation to Stefan Krumpholz. On board with Krumpholz, and in front there's Frattini with his broken front wing. As he has still enough pace. As you can see, Krumpholz is closing him down. And going for the inside for the move. On the brakes. Nearly losing the car, but catching it fine. Before there's any contact or harm for Frattini. Nathan Wade, on the other hand, again behind Enzo Kanta now. who Frattini made contact to with his front wing. Seems that, yeah, Biedermann had a spin. Now back to P16. Back to the front. Manuel Lucetta. Oh, it's Gordon Vonenbergen. Going slow there. Lifting to leave all the front runners by, of course. And Lucetta with the draft. Now with the fastest lap of the race. Yeah, Gordon Vonenberg made some space there to leave the top 3 through. Geoff Randall lost the connection a little bit to the top 2, to Adam Miles and Lucetta. And here we go for P4. No, sorry, for P5. P4 is Neil Gardner right there in front. But these 4 cars are battling for the 5th place. And good for Dario to have the draft. So he can fend off Stefan Krumpholz. And back to the front. Because we are now coming into the final stage of the race. And that's the way Adam Miles did it in the first race. Taking the lead back right on the line and now having the fastest lap of the race. 1:34.075. Dario Frattini getting the position back with the broken front wing. Impressive. Super impressive to make that happen. But in the end, what is it good for? To fight like that, and oh, again the cones clipped. So no cones under the car, of course. And Frattini with his broken front wing, holding on for dear life to P6, which gives Enzo Cantor some room in P5. Having like 10 lengths of a skippy now, and it's Nathan Wade with the error! Krumpholz is through! Nathan Wade still running, but Krumpholz now shadowing Frattini. Maybe he can catch that position to P6. What is going on here? Oh! The race is already finished and I missed. Oh no, that can't happen. Ah, iRacing again. Skipping one. Oh, it's already done and over. Let's check it. Let's check the finish. Ah, I need my old overlay back, so this doesn't happen. So let's see who did it. Last time it was Miles on the line, but this time, yeah, Lucetta making himself wide, taking the win from Adam Miles. Geoff Randall in P3 in front of Neil Gardner in P4. There he comes. And Enzo Cantor safe. And we saw the drama in the last corner for Nathan Wade, where, yeah, Stefan Krumpholz catched onto P7. Nathan Wade leaves Nick Vaughan in P9. Paul Smithers in P10. Patrick Otoricki in P11. Bolmark in P12. Chris Wayne in P13. Dave Dawson in P14. Who else? Anders Nielsen in P15. Ryan Jackson in P16. Juan Rodriguez here at your screen in P17. Alan Matt in P18. Dave Devine in P19. Klaus Biedermann in P20. Kevin Butken in P21 after his spin. Guido Grosch in P22 again. Gordon Vollenberg P23. Mark Redford P24. AJ Campbell P25. And Rodi van der Meijden in P26. So that's the finish of this race. And we are down and out. Coming now back soon with the interviews and with the spin of the wheel to see what format the next week will have here at the Skip Barber Challenge Trophy. So, and we're back now with the interviews here in the Skip Barber Challenge Trophy Season 2 race evening number 1. And we have him here, Adam Miles. If I could track him down, which I can't. Okay, I go to the other room. Sorry guys, I can't track you down. So, I can't track you down on my level, you know. Adam Miles. Happy to have you here tonight. Great racing, great finish in the first race, and Lucetta did make himself very wide to run to the finish line in the second race. He did know what you wanted to do, I guess.
Yeah, the first one. Well, I'll start with the second one. The second one, I just didn't get a great exit out of the last corner. Left myself too much to do. So I think he could have stayed on the inside, and I still wouldn't have got past him. So I was just telling Jeff that I felt after the first race and the draft past Madu over the line that I'd try and repay the favour and lead the last lap, so to give him the opportunity to do it to me. But we fought on the last lap, and he obviously didn't want me to lead the last corner, so I yielded and tried to tried to do my best to get past, but yeah, he just took the last corner too well, and yeah, well, a first and a second, and then a second and a first for Manu. That's a pretty good result for us both.
Yeah, sounds good. I mean, there was super close racing. You had a 4-pack challenge for the first race where everyone could have won it, and in the second race, yeah, you separated from Jeff. And yeah, how was that going for you? So you worked together with Lucetta, I guess.
In the second race or the first one?
In a second.
In the second one, yeah, I suppose we work together, but it's more an acceptance that
Hmm.
you can't win on lap 5. So we're lifting out of the throttle on the straights and just letting the other one pass. It's not necessarily about working together, just not slowing each other down, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know.
Uh,
But I saw you went to the left to leave him through
yeah.
from the slipstream, and I knew, like, yeah, okay. So Jeff wouldn't be, in contention to make it 3 wide, of course, in T1. Yeah.
I was never close enough to get 3 wide into T1.
I
That was
don't
quite
know.
surprising.
How did you feel about that? I mean, there was some lap traffic, but I don't think that was an issue.
No, I mean, I think going 3 wide into turn 1 doesn't do anyone any favours, and there were possibly a couple of opportunities where I could have thrown it up the inside or tried throwing it down the middle, but I didn't think it was worth it. I thought my best. I think after both Manu and Adam went past, I thought, okay, I'm happy with third,
Hmm.
but if an opportunity arises, then I'll have a go. But that to me wasn't an opportunity. That would have just been reckless.
Yeah, of course. And yeah, in the first race, you had an incident where you went through the grass at turn 2 or 1, behind turn 1, so to speak. And yeah, then I talked about you making a recovery drive, maybe to P15, and it happened. So you got pole in race 2.
Now the funny thing is, I mean, T1, yeah, I had a little incident with Joan, and I mean, it's just an unfortunate racing incident. No blame held. Apologies were given, and that's all good. And I saw that I was down in 23rd. Now, I made a couple of overtakes, but most of the time people were just falling off the track in front of me to get to
Hmm.
P15.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that was useful to get on pole position for sure, but it certainly wasn't the plan.
I would assume that, but in the end, it's the best you can make out of this situation, of course.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, it was very, very handy to be on pole.
Yeah.
It gave me a chance to at least make a bit of a breakaway at the start, and
Yes.
by the time Manu and Adam caught up, I think there was about a 2.5 second gap back to Neil.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I was very pleased with the third position in race 2.
Yeah, and
Happy with that.
if you say by the time, I think it was lap 3, and Adam Miles came from P15. I don't know how he did that. To be,
No, I'm not sure how he did it either. I'm going to have to go back and watch the broadcast.
and maybe it's not in there because it went on so fast. Adam, how was your first 3 laps in the second race?
Um, First, I mean, any time you're starting in the mid pack, you need a car to get you to the end of the race. So, giving everyone plenty of room, and it was a little bit like Moses. I think
Hmm.
the Red Sea parted, and just people just drove off the track and let me through. So, um, yeah, it was. I think. I mean, I must have made up about 14 positions, but I suspect 8 or 9 of them were just cars making mistakes early in the race on cold tires. I don't think there wasn't anything too special going on, and yeah, just came through with Manu. We both avoided everything, and yeah, set up a 25-minute race at the end.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But speaking about reverse, top 15 and stuff, and what the format of the race we had tonight, of course, there are 4 different formats which we can drive here in the trophy. And yeah, tonight we had format number 1, a quali, 2 races. But we want to find out, and I want to have you here to try out the Wheel of Fortune. Let's see if it
You gotta
works.
love this.
Let's see
You
if it
gotta love this.
works. I hope you can
Skip
see
Barber
it
Challenge
all in the
Trophy,
stream.
bringing new things.
Yeah,
Here it
yeah.
is. Look at that.
Look at that beauty. So I'm ready. Are you ready?
I think I'm
Take
ready.
it away.
Okay,
Take it away.
let's spin it.
Which number is Adam gets more horsepower in the next race?
That's number 5.
Okay.
So we got number 3 is the winning number. So let's see. Format 3, a quali, race 1 and race 2, top 15 reverse from race 1. So it's the same format we had today for next week. And that is, of course, it's Sebring.
Uh-huh.
So at Sebring, I don't know, are we driving the club version which is offered by iRacing or driving the full course? I don't
The
know.
official schedule is on the club course.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I think Chris is sticking to it. So
Okay. So if he sticks to it, I would say a reverse grid P15 on that track is far more difficult than here tonight.
mhm. I would agree. Yeah. Yeah, it's
there's
a tricky
quite
little
a
track.
long draft.
Yeah. Also, like it's so crowdy then, and yeah, at least it's not an endurance, like with the weird pit which you have there. I
Mhm.
think if I'm correct with my interpretation of the club configuration, is it as with a weird pit?
I think it has the real pit lane. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
But because there's one configuration of the track where the pit lane is, I don't know, after the hotel little corner and you drive through the barrier somewhere. It's like you're always expecting like falling into a hole in the world or whatever.
Yeah,
Gonna
you're
have
right.
to
There
get
is
some
one
practice
layout
in.
where the pit lane is basically just behind a wall.
So yeah, let's see.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Klaus Biedermann. We are on the stream in the interviews with Adam Miles and Geoff Randall and just triggered the Wheel of Fortune, and we will have the same race format next week on Sebring. What do you say to that?
Yeah, it's okay, but I hope I will have a better race. But
Yeah,
it was, yeah, you saw it.
yeah, things happen. Things happen here, but yeah, no hard feelings here in the cup, I would say. Like Adam and Geoff already told us. Yeah, things happen in the close fights, I guess. So, Klaus, how did you like your race overall?
Overall, it was a good training for battling with others,
Hmm.
but my race overall was not very nice.
Yeah, it's
I,
getting close here, I would say. Yeah,
so 19th and 20th or something like this. I don't know.
yeah.
So far away from the music,
Hmm.
because I had a lot of incidents.
Yeah, that can happen, of course, with the close racing in the tight corners, wheel to wheel action here. Um, yeah, what is left to do? We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have looked into the future, into next week. What are your wishes for next week, Adam?
Well, I'm going to start by correcting myself. I don't want to be a liar on the stream. The club layout is not the one with the main straight.
Aha!
That's the
Aha!
modified layout. It looked when I picked the configurations for this season, I realized we'd done the international one quite recently. So
Mhm.
I had a look at the modified one and decided it was just two long straights connected by a couple of corners. So maybe that wouldn't be as interesting. So yeah, I'm not sure what the club layout is in terms of pit lane, but
Okay.
I'm still looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It looks like an interesting layout.
Yeah. As I think from the PCC, so the production car challenge, where there was this weird layout with the weird pit lane. Maybe it could be that. Let's check it out. But it will be fun for everyone, of course, in the Skippy. Short layout, many tight corners. So yeah, will be fun, I guess. Geoff, what are
Yeah.
your thoughts about next week? Do we want to win a
I
race there and not end up in P15?
Yeah, I'm quite happy avoiding P15, but I'd just like a nice, clean, fun race. That'll do me.
Yeah, and that that's basically what you get here. If I look on 26 drivers here and the close battles, yeah, little stuff happening, but nothing real big incident. No pile up, no, yeah, big crash we had here tonight.
I mean, I'm delighted with a podium in this race. If I can get anywhere near the podium next week, I'll be actually. I'm telling all porkies myself I'm not going to be here next week. I've got a week off. So actually, I'm not expecting much at all next week.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, at COTA, then I'm hoping for a lot more.
Okay, let's see what happens. What happens in COTA stays in COTA. So let's see what happens there. Yeah, thank you too, and good night to Adam Miles and Geoff Randall. And
Thanks for your broadcast, Seb.
Yeah, I hope it was okay. I still struggling with the overlay, but it will work next time. Better, of course.
And a quick shout out to Chris, if I can, for doing all the organisation. Chris,
yes,
great job.
Okay, that's true.
We're really great.
Yeah, really great work by Chris Wayne. I also talked about that in the stream already, so thank you again, Chris. So, and now we have Stefan Krumbolz to the end of the interview. Good evening, Stefan, leading the German team here tonight.
So, yeah, maybe we can talk in German. You can translate.
Was it a good? No, let's do it that way. Was it a good race for you?
Yes, I think so, because I have not so many practice. This was the first day of practice today, and I think the results are okay for this evening. This was one of the toughest race that I've ever raced.
It looked tough. It looked very, very tough on all positions. Everyone had a battle buddy, a guy who to battle with, and touch wheels with, and we did the spinning wheels thing. You know, like they are doing the spinning wheel thing here with 4 different formats for the races, and we will do the same again next week on Sebring.
Yeah, that sounds good, but I have not the track.
Yeah, so... buy it. Buy it now.
Yeah.
I think this cup here is very competitive, very close racing, and I think Sebring will suit that. And I hope to see you, Klaus, and you, Stefan, then back again. And we have Gordon von den Bergen also now in the chat. So the German guys are taking over again.
Too late.
So, second race, what happened? Why did you went down to the pits? Was it a misstart?
Yeah, I just had a jump start in the second race, and just got a penalty and had to go to the pits. But after that, all other were gone, and I just tried to, came back. But in the end, I had a little, laugh tap with, I don't know his name, Marcus, I think. No, I don't know. So I just have to go to the pits again and missed the point of braking and just went too fast into the pits and got a 40-second penalty. So the second race was totally gone, and I just was on the P18 when I noticed that my front wing is gone, and I just was about a second slower than the others. But I didn't like to drive behind them, so it's more fun to have a stable car. And in the end, the last 2 laps, I just could stay with the faster guys from the first, second, and third place, and that was fun. So hopefully next week.
Yeah, hopefully next week then. And that's time to close the stream. And again, thanks, or not again, I just realized, Hulolo, thanks for the raid with 16 persons. Thank you so much for the raid. And I hope to see you all at the next race here at the Skip Barber Challenge Trophy, or on Monday in the Monday Night Skippy Cup, or in my F4 Cup. So yeah, let's see you three guys then, and all the others watching here in the stream. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for racing. And we all know only Skippy racing is the real racing. Good night.
Bist du auch, Sebastian?